Says we're live.
Hey. Happy Monday Fun Day, everybody. Hello to Mama and Trinity going live for you today. Hope everybody's having a great day. Coming here to just introduce ourselves and also discuss something near and dear to our hearts that we feel is one of the keys. So I'm Shamama, and this is Trinity. Hi, Trinity.
Hello, everyone. So happy to be here. I think in my whole 10 years of having Facebook, this is probably my very first time going live on my own profile page. We have this amazing multi-stream thing. So we're actually streaming to our business page, our profiles, and some of the groups that we are in, as well as our YouTube channel. So this is pretty fun stuff. We got a party going on. When you join, please type in the comments that you're here and hello. If you are joining from one of our groups that we are streaming from, you might want to click. I posted a little link here. It's a StreamYard link. If you hit it and you give them permission to link like your Facebook profile name and picture, I think, then we could actually see who you are when you comment. But if you don't want to, don't worry about it. It'll just pop up as like Facebook user or something like that. But we will still be able to see your comment, which is super amazing. And thank you so much for being here with us. Like Sherry said, we're going to kind of introduce ourselves a little bit, just a wee bit, and then we're going to go into a beautiful topic. And also we want to share a couple gifts that are very dear to our heart that have helped us both immensely with our self-growth and our evolvement, I guess. So we see a couple people on. Hello, so happy to see you guys.
Let
So
us know if you
Sherry,
can hear us. Yeah, I'm using a Bluetooth, so I'd like to know if everybody can hear me because I don't know if it's working. Otherwise, I'll transition over to the hardwire, and that way I know that you can hear me. So I'd like to know if you guys can hear us. Speaking of, you brought up a couple things. Yeah, we're doing a couple of really fun things today. We're doing some, there's a couple surprises, and then you're going to do some subconscious
recalibration.
We used to call it reprogramming, but you're going to test me for a couple beliefs and see if I have them and recalibrate me.
Yeah.
And you'll explain that a little bit more detail. And then also I'm going to channel on the theme today, which is remember who you are. And that I'm going to channel on. So there will be some channeling today. And
we'll explain all of that too. And as she just mentioned, our focus point, our topic is remembering who you are. And with that, we want to just take a moment to just kind of talk about who we are, and then we'll get into remembering who you are and the importance of it and what that means to us before we explain that. So do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, Sherry, or would you like me to go first?
Well, typically I would have started off in the 3D concept of me. So I'm going to start off a little different. My name is Mama Terry. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm an infinite internal being, and I resonate deeply with love, and I resonate with shining my light and expanding this light to others to allow their lights to also brighten. So that is who I truly am. But in the 3D world, I am Shamama Terry, kind of very similar in aspect, but my 3D capabilities are connecting with the many to channel and light language and releasing tough emotions.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. I have had the pleasure of getting to know this incredible woman here that she calls herself Shamama Sherry. As I love that name and how that name had transpired too. I absolutely love that story. But first, I just want to say thank you for stepping into your purpose. Really. She says that she's this infinite light being, which course we all are, but she really owns it. She steps fully into it, and just witnessing her growth and transformation over the past year has been incredible. I've been so honored to actually witness you. So thank you so much for showing up and being who you are. Um, her and I are, thank you. Her and I are now officially business partners, and what has transpired with that, or just transformed into what it is now, has just been such a beautiful, beautiful journey. With that, I will introduce myself as I've had all kinds of titles. I've played around with words. Words to me are just so limiting. So I have decided on quantum energy medicine practitioner. So I am like an I'm an intuitive life coach. We have all kinds of beautiful modalities, whether it be, channeling or psychic intuition, or I work mainly in the quantum realm. And if you don't know what that is, then definitely stay tuned with us, because that's where we work from. It's beautiful magic. But in there, I'm able to do energy scans and healing, and it's just amazing. Who I am, it's so hard for me to say that, because for me, words are so limiting. Labels are so not my thing. So when I say who I am, I just say I am Trinity. That's it to it. If, whatever your perception of me is going to be who I am to you, and that is perfectly fine. And I absolutely love that, and I honor it, and I cherish that. Who I am to me changes every second. So it could be anything.
I could talk about experience. Experience is, actually experiencing, knowing, being present and doing dual sessions together, and also, the intuitive capabilities that you have, Trinity, and your ability to download and clear subconscious beliefs. I mean, sometimes passed on relatives come in, and beyond just saying that, like actual confirmation with information that no one else knew. But beyond that, subconscious recalibration and clearing out those subconscious blocks is one of the main foundations you could build in the quantum realm, right? Because you are quantumly changing that. It's what's been programmed in there and placed in there, and all those belief systems that hold you back. That is huge, and she's magical at it. So it's
thank you so much. It does open up a whole, I would say, a whole nother world, but I mean, that is technically right. It's just offered so much growth within this modality to how I've been able to facilitate these healings, or how we really, but with that part of our healings that we offer, it's just really, for me, it's transformed everything. It's validated so much. It's I don't know, it's just amazing. And hi Crystal, hi Chastity, it's so lovely to see you ladies. I think before we go into our topic, maybe I will talk just a tad bit about the subconscious, and then we'll go into our topic, and then we'll see what pops up, and we'll do a couple subconscious recalibration. I'm so used to saying subconscious reprogramming, but I hate that word reprogramming. Like, I don't know. It's just so
it indicates program once, and we're going to program
like control or something. Yeah. And I'm not in control. No. We are our own creators. We are in control of our own reality. And when we could understand that on a deep, deep level, so much blossoms from there. It's so incredible. So yeah, I'll just take a quick second for the subconscious. Our subconscious resides in every single cell of our body, right? Like, what? It's our body's intelligence. Oh, it's so amazing. It's where our belief systems reside. It's where, I don't know, it creates or it governs like approximately 95% of our reality, where our conscious mind, that one that you think with, the one that you're setting your goals with, the one that you think that you have control over, or the one that you do have control over, I guess, is only approximately 5% of your reality. And if you have a conscious goal that doesn't align with a subconscious belief system, then, well, the numbers say approximately 95% chance that you're not going to reach it, right? So you have to go through and connect with your subconscious. And how we offer this is a beautiful way through muscle testing, because the subconscious resides in every single cell of our body. When we go through a process like muscle testing, it is an opportunity for our subconscious to communicate with us. So we will get clear yeses and clear nos on statements when we are testing the subconscious. For like an example, which we'll do this here in a few minutes, but for an example, if you have a conscious goal of, and I always use this one, but if you have a conscious goal of, I want to be a millionaire, but you have a subconscious belief system that says money is the root of all evil, well, that money is the root of all evil. 95% of your energetic body vibrates at this level. If your conscious goal is up here, saying, I want to be a millionaire, only 5% of your energetic body resides there. And so there's no way for it to connect, right? Because like attracts like. So we have to shift that belief system to match it in order for you to connect to that reality. And, it can be available to you in that sense. I think there might have been more, but I got a little distracted. So we will practice that. We will, anyone on here who has experienced this, write in the comments how it has affected you, or how you, just how your experience was. If you would like, you don't have to, of course. Did we want to do that right now, or do we want to talk about the topic? Let's talk about the topic first. Sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up.
Come on, girl. I already I think I need to go this way. No, I need to go this way. Okay, I get confused. So I'm sorry. I thought you were segueing into this.
I was going to go into the topic because the statements are kind of about the topic, but it's perfectly fine. So as she's standing, she's getting ready for muscle testing. Now you can do this with her. You could do this on the replay. If you happen to catch another replay where we are doing the subconscious reprogramming, you can do it right then and there. It does not have to be live. Where we do this from is within the quantum realm. And the quantum realm has, there's no such thing as time and space. So whenever you do this in your now, it works just the same as if I was sitting right in front of you physically, or if we're live on this video. It does not matter. You can come back to this video 30 years later and it would still be useful. So once you clear or download these blocks, and that's what I haven't really discussed yet either, is when we go through the muscle testing process, we will see if you are indeed aligned with the belief or not aligned, right? And if you would like to be aligned, but you are not, and after we test that and you see that we are not, then you can simply give me permission. And how you do that, you can say out loud permission, or you can fill in your heart with the intention of giving me permission. This only works with your permission. There is never any time and space that I would be able to mess with your subconscious without the permission. So that's very important. That was one of the most important things for me when I first learned of this like a year ago. So then after you give me permission, you'll see me close my eyes. I might say something. I will probably move my hands like always, so forth and so on. I am actually integrating codes, energetic codes into your subconscious to either to recalibrate that statement. So either clear it or download it. So clear would be getting rid of, downloading would be integrating it into your subconscious. So let's just try this out, I guess. We are going to muscle test, there's a few different ways, but she is standing. So if you would like to participate now or whenever, then go ahead and stand. Have your feet shoulder width apart and your toes facing forward. So you want a very easy, simple rocking motion, right? You don't want to forcefully rock. This is where your subconscious will do it for you. So then also I asked, just take a couple deep breaths in and out. Yeah, just take a couple deep breaths in and out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you're breathing in, just feel into your heart. Feel into love for yourself, love for those around you, and love for this moment. Giving your conscious mind permission to take a seat back. This is a beautiful opportunity for our subconscious to communicate with us. We are just receiving information. So anything that our subconscious communicates to us, it is not to be judged, only accepted as information, and holding the space for yourself to integrate any permission of change. Okay? We're going to calibrate. And to calibrate, we begin by out loud saying the word yes.
Yes.
This causes 17 to 22% of your body to kind of contract, and this is what causes you to move forward. Okay? Take another nice deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, out loud, say the word no.
No.
This allows your body just to completely relax, and it'll cause you to move backwards. Like beautiful Sherry here. She's such a good muscle tester. All right, so let's just go ahead and begin to the next one. You should be calibrated. If not, go ahead and give me permission to calibrate and take a nice deep breath in and out and go ahead and recalibrate. You should be calibrated. Let's go ahead and move on to the first one though. So take a nice deep breath in and out. And we are going to test the statement. It is safe to explore the unknown.
It is safe to explore the unknown.
Beautiful. So it is safe. And this is maybe a little bit of a reason why I wanted to wait until after our topics, but the unknown could be anything. It could be, no, you're beautifully fine. You're just fine. I'll ask for permission for those of you who said no, but before that, I want you just to sit with this for a moment. Being safe to explore the unknown doesn't mean that it's not saying everything is possible. It's saying simply that you can feel safe to explore outside of your normal. That's it. That's it. It's not going to grant these permissions of all this crazy, wicked things happening to you for you to explore. This is just permission for your body to know that it's safe to explore past your unknown, to find truth in something that you align with and feeling safety in it. So if any of you that got a no, or you simply want a stronger yes or anything, go ahead and just give me permission. I'm going to close my eyes and I'll be right back. It is safe to, I should do this really quick. There we go. It's safe to explore the unknown. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead, and when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and out, and let's retest that one. It is safe to explore the unknown. And then you should be getting a yes. Now, if you are not, then sometimes it takes a sleep cycle. There's a lot of energy there that sometimes has to be transmuted, so it takes a little bit. But if still it does not, that is simply an indication that we must dive deeper or get more specific. So don't stress over any of that. And if you want to, you could reach out to private message me or Sherry, or you could just put it in the comments below and we will definitely connect. Now the second one, when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and out and state, excuse me, it is safe to align with my truth.
It is safe to align with my truth.
This is going to change so much from you. All right. So anyone else who got a no, or if you simply would like a stronger yes, please give me permission.
Permission.
Thank you so much. And I will download that for you. All right. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And when you are ready, go ahead and restate. It is safe to align with my truth.
It is safe to align with my truth.
Beautiful. You should be getting a yes. If not, like I said before, just reach out. We'll do one more. So when you are ready, take a nice deep breath in and out and feel into the love for yourself. Go ahead and state, it is safe to express my truth.
It is safe to express my truth.
Express my truth. Cool. Did you say accept or express?
Express.
Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. I was just going to do both of them really quick if you said the wrong one. So, all right, it is
I
safe
accept
it. It's just the expression, right?
I think I do. Thank you.
All right, so permission for any and all who would like that to be downloaded. Thank you so much, Harry. It is safe to express my truth. Oh, this one is one of my all-time favorites. All right, take a nice deep breath in and out. And when you are ready, retest. It is safe to express my truth.
It is safe to express my truth.
Yay! That is so, so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So those are the ones for today. We do lots of this kind of stuff on our starsofunity.com and that membership. So if you like that, go ahead and do that. We have a couple groups. And... What?
Perfect segue.
All right. And so, therefore,
on Stars of Unity, we're going to have some giveaways. I'm just giving you the giveaways of different types, but that's where the giveaways are. So yeah, join us there. So one of the giveaways, it's Obsidian Obelisk. I won't say, but it's Obsidian Obelisk type. So it's all Obsidian.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. We have all kinds of giveaways for all kinds of different themes. Oh, I love this giveaway. Yes. It's not just the box, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I guess it could be essential oils in it too. But we'll have other surprises. So yeah, we're excited. But wanted to say that's where the giveaways will be so fun. So I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah,
so
the giveaways are going to be.
I'm going to connect while you talk. Is that okay?
Well, let's chat really fast about our actual topic.
Oh, okay. Lead the way, Trinidad. I'd rather hear from the Manny.
I can see that. You're ready. Have a big old slate of freaking selenite. Yes, so you talk first.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So remembering who you are. It's just, you know how things synchronistically just it keeps coming up. This has been something that just kept coming up for me. So remembering who I am it's so huge. When I'm in a state of like wonder, not really knowing what to do, as soon as I think that, remember who you are, remember who I truly am, it puts it back into perspective to step out of my own way and go back into flow. Remembering who it would be so hard for me to stand and do a live, to talk to anybody if I operate out of here. Operating out of here, I could sit here and tell myself all the reasons why I can't, but going to your heart is when you're connecting to who you really are, and who I really am and who you really are. We'll see what the many have to say, but we all know, most of us here know, generally, it's who we are at soul level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just leave it kind of basic at that, but it's for me because it helps me transition when I'm kind of starting to go in a bad perspective or in a perspective that doesn't serve me, and transition it real quick. Remember who you really are.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So before I go into speaking, we have spoke a little bit about the many. And for those of you who do not know who the many are, it's the many is a channeled consciousness, and it's a 12th dimension, collective consciousness. It's very beautiful, they're very heart-centered, full of love, guidance, and Sherry and I also actually channel, but Sherry channels the many. So she'll she'll stand, I guess, in this meditative state, and she will invite and allow this consciousness, this higher dimensional consciousness to come through her and speak. And it's absolutely beautiful. Those of you who do not know, we hold space for people to ask personal questions or general messages, and the information provided is absolutely incredible. We are so blessed to be able to connect in this way. So just as she's getting into it, I just wanted to touch base a little bit on, do you remember who you are? And what brought that up was this morning we have a meeting every morning, and she was talking about this book, and I can't remember now what it is, and maybe she could bring it up afterwards, but we went into remembering our truth and why it's so important. Right? So every person is going to look different. It's going to feel different. The expression is going to be different, which is absolutely amazing. That's the whole beautiful part about being individual, right? Is to be able to express our truth through how we live. You know, we express who we are just by how we present ourselves in the world, how we treat others, how we bring things into our life. You know, it's all expressions. Expressing our truth isn't necessarily always dependent on, oh, I'm a political belief this way, or I am a religious belief this way. That's not necessarily who you are. That's just something that you love. Who you are is how you emanate yourself. You know, where are you energetically? Where are you on a soul level? Where are you on a mental level? Who are you on the inside? Right now, I think in this day and age, we are really being asked and called to reflect inside. And I believe this is to understand our truth. And when we could understand it on an emotional level, we could start to align with that. And once you align with your truth, your life manifests in such a beautiful way. It really does. You are capable of aligning with that desired life that you have been dreaming of, right? Because the energy is balanced. You know, you have harmony within. So remembering who you are is remembering your energetic self, your emotional self, right? If we're off balance, then we might be angry, or, you know, we might be frustrated really fast. And it might not even be for the reason of what's in front of us, it might just be because we're so off balanced internally that it's coming out that way, right? So it almost looks like the many is with us. So I'm going to go ahead and quiet down, and I am going to first just simply introduce the many. Hello, the many. Thank you for joining us today on this live. We are broadcasting many different places. So a lot of these viewers may or may not know you. If you would like to do a short little recap of who you are, and then we'll go into your collective message for our remembering who we are.
Thank you. We are grateful to be here. We are so involved in this particular access point in time. We are here to assist in this regard, and this is a key component in many ways. Remember that this time that you are here is maybe not something that you remember, but we want you to remember this time that you are here, this time that you are called to. You and 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 you, that you are called to, all of you. You are here for this particular time period is quite special, unusual, and really we are quite excited. So this component and this message for today has been placed on the heart of the vehicle, we shall say, and placed in your realm if you are coming to this today or whenever, because we want you to know, and love and light, we want you to know, if you don't know already, that the true essence of your nature is not the program which you've been tuning to. The true you lies in layers of dimensions of lifetime of experiences at the soul's generation point through time, so you may say, which is eternal. This is important to know because these things have been not been rather explained. This is the key of control, we will say, in that you are not told of your true unlimited potential. You are not Susie cashier. You are not Joe the butcher. You are not the person who you think you are, that you were born in this place and time, that you were incarnated to just merely experience things, have fun, or whatever. That is true. But you are in a cycle, and this cycle is somewhat a cycle of slavery, shall we say? Because knowing the true essence of you and transcending this through knowing, through expansion, through connection to, as you call it, the quantum field, through your energetic and your higher self, as you say, connection to these things will bring an expansion and an awareness that will transcend this loop. The loop has many uses, we'll call them, but it is, again, a loop. The loop has been useful for the powers that be, and they keeping you unaware, keeping you in a state of 3D reality limitations is part of the mechanism that keeps their wheel working. We have another wheel. You are part of this other wheel. So in realization of your truest self, who you are at core, your infinite soul, your radiant light body that expands more and more with this knowing is part of our mission, so to say. So indeed, these things, remembering who you are, remember who you are, loved ones. Remember who you are, light beings. Remember who you are, radiant soul. Remember who you are, multi-dimensional beings. You think that you need to transcend this dimension to another that you already have, and so you shall again. But will you stay? Remember who you are. Don't accept the limitations placed upon you. Open up your heart. Open up your energy body. Connect the mind to the heart, so to say. Allow the thoughts go down into the heart. When they are not serving you, put them through the heart and feel love for yourself and for others. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. They're showing you in all your beauty. I see you. Turn that light on. Turn that light on. Feel it. Claim it. Yes, yes, yes. Indeed, in remembrance, you will go deeper than you ever imagined. Indeed, in remembrance, more activations will occur. Indeed, in remembrance, you will overcome the perceived hurdles. Indeed, in remembrance, you will transcend those things that you thought were not transcendable. Indeed, in remembrance, you will claim your power and take your collective power back to where it belongs. You are your master. You are not slaves. You are free. In remembrance, your freedom will come. In remembrance, your freedom will be anchored. We have here. We love you. Remember who you are. And this day and tomorrow, remember who you are.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so, so much. If you had in just one simple offering, how would one begin to align with remembering? You know, if we are at the point of just dabbling in outside of the box that we possibly could be more, what would be maybe one of the first things to offer ourselves in permission to do so? How do you, what would you say? For the collective here who is tuning in now live and who will be catching the replay, tap into their energy, as of course, as you already have, I'm sure. And what does the collective need to hear?
Really quite simple. It is not meant, and thank you for the clarification. So this is quite simple, and many of you have these skills already, but this is a calling in of the light, as you may call it, sitting still, but it does not have to be so. It is in the quietness indeed, but it is a calling in of the light, a source of your source, of the light from which all things flow. In the light and feeling that emanate from your being, go into a peaceful place. And in the quiet, in the moment, it is merely stating, I remember who I am. I remember who I am. And then allow this to flow through feelings of connection. Allow this to be represented by a color and let the color flow from you. It is not necessarily to say that you would remember all specific lifetimes and who you were in other roles and other places. This is not necessary. This is only a remembrance of your true power. This is not to say remembering who you were in specificities into other roles and other lifetimes and all the things that happened to you and transpired. That is all interesting, of course. That is all things that you would probably like to know. But what we are saying, and thank you for clarifying, what we are saying is remembering that you are not the shell of a human that you see in the mirror. This is what we mean by remember who you are. We want you to remember that you are the whole at your essence. You are the energy being. You are the light beings. You are the spiritual entities in a container. This is what we mean. So in this, connecting to source and feeling and knowing that and claiming, I am not, as we said, Susie or Joe or whatever labels have been given to you in your roles in this here at this time, in this 3D representation of which you are manifesting at this time. It is to remember your true essence. And that, call in the light, and that, claim it, and feel it in your heart. Just don't be so consumed with the daily tasks and all the things that come upon you to forget that. Don't be so consumed with all the distractions in your realm and forget that. That is what we mean. We do not mean that you need to know every aspect of every lifetime and every situation because you carry it on with you and all these different things that you are told that you are saying that will affect you in this lifetime. It is almost, as we say, we don't feel this is an importance at all. It is your essence and many layers of dimensions. So it is our intention to reveal more, and more of you will be revealing and reveal more. We shall, but remember your full power as a spiritual being, and this is what you
mean. Amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. I'm going to go ahead and just ramble a little. I just want to say thank you for joining us. And as Sherry comes back, I'll go ahead and kind of ramble a little. I love that. I am a huge fan of going into all the timelines and past lives and future lives. And I mean, I've opened the door to all. So I love that. But when it comes down to remembering who I am, it truly is the essence. And that's one thing that I've learned in the last couple of years, being able to embody my truth, the truest essence, that pure essence, that I am, right? That I am. And it's such a beautiful thing. And that's part of our teachings too, it's going to look different for everyone as far as their expression and how they align, the whole process, because everyone's at different levels. It's not a step 1 or step 10. It's it's almost like you have this big check sheet list, and all of them are checked off differently than another. It's all the same list, but we all just have different ones checked off. So it's not a higher stage or ahead or behind. If that's the case, I'm way in the back, so don't worry, guys. But we love to teach the balance and harmony of aligning with that alignment. Sometimes it's so hard to be like, how do I know if I'm aligned or not? And what my teacher has said is feel into it. How does it resonate with your emotional body, with your energetic body? And for me, it took a good year and a half of her being my teacher, of just understanding what that was for me. For so long of my life, I was always focused on my outer world. I didn't even pay attention to my inner world. When my husband started to ask me, well, what do you feel? What do you feel? I'm like, I feel fine. I'm fine. Because that's all I knew. But when I was faced with actually having to dive deep within, I had to reach out and get some help, because I'm like, oh my God, this is like a freaking mess up in here. Where do I even begin? It was like I was hoarding all these different emotions or something. Hi, Laura. So happy you're here. So I invested in this beautiful women's group that I'm still just in love with, Rachel Rosito's Temple of the Rose, if anyone's interested, any women that are interested, that is. But to teach how to understand your emotions and then dive deeper within them and integrate the healing needed. And that's where Sherry and I have really come together really beautifully, as is holding the space to facilitate those type of integrations, right? So last year I learned the subconscious reprogramming, and that's when I met Sherry, and she does this emotion code healing, which is amazing. That's I don't think could really do collectively. It's more one-on-one for that one, but the one-on-one is the best anyways. But to be able to integrate these emotions, because sometimes they stem from shit that's way in the way back that you don't even recall. Maybe it's such a traumatic event that you've deliberately pushed aside and into the darkness, or maybe it's just something that heck, there's no way that could have affected me. How was that the root cause? Well, sometimes it is things like that, and to bring those to surface and to bring awareness to them allows the space for you to integrate and transmute that emotion into something that is more aligning with your truth. And our truth is love, that the highest frequency is love. And that's where we all come from, whether you look at it, and this is my belief, whether I look at it as one source energy ball and we're all strings of consciousness from it. That's how I see things. Everyone is different. Sherry's is completely different. Or I don't know about completely different, but it's explained in different words. Where it's soul with her, which is so beautiful. I still think that too. I like using the word consciousness. But to bring ourselves back to the wholeness of that source where we all are from, we're all parts of the whole, is I think how to, go ahead and stop me, because I'm rambling with a couple words and I'm going to lose myself.
Stop it.
Take over.
I just, no, that was great. No, I think you're not rambling. No. I didn't notice that you lost words. I think you just.
It just stopped.
That was fine.
It just stopped. So I brought up that book.
Go ahead.
I brought up that book you showed me this morning. Do you have it handy?
Mm-hmm.
She was saying this morning, and go ahead and talk about it if you'd like. The Gods of Eden. Okay. Yeah. So she's been on this journey of, the remembering who you are.
Well, that really doesn't well, it didn't state that directly in here, but it tied everything together for me. It's
Okay.
kind of the Sumerian text, and if anybody's, read the Epic of Gilgamesh, which I can't claim to read, but if you know what that is, if anybody knows what Sumerian cuneiform tablets are, all those things, but it is, this, I had heard many speak of it before. Enki, Enlil, the Anunnaki, the slave race that we were created as to be the labor to mine the gold, the da-da-da, Zachariah Sitchin, all that stuff just kind of ties in. But this, I came across it because I was watching something that somebody who was government, special knowledge, actually works for the government with ETs and stuff like that. They said this book is, if you want to know and understand, read this book. It's kind of not a very well-known book, but it so far really explains things. But it tied it together in that it didn't say this, but this is what I had the epiphany, is that seems to be the agenda this whole time, is not allowing us to know who we are spiritually. And the awakening is how, by not keeping us in this mindset, is how they've controlled us. So, yeah.
So for us to break our own chains that we have created for ourselves is to awaken to the knowing that we are more. Is that kind of it?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Awaken
love that.
To who, our spirituality, awaken to that we're energetic beings, constant, we just don't die and go to heaven or hell, that we are eternal already, that we were created with the same abilities as the Anunnaki, I think, but
The Ascended
I
Masters.
that. But we were, the custodians, they called them the custodians, but they would dampen it. It was dampened somewhat, but I don't know. I can't. I don't want to speak of what I'm not absolutely certain. So I'm kind of treading lightly. But I like.
So I
mean, I've always found it interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I love that stuff anyways. And I think anytime I ever hear any stories or any perspectives or any experiences, and how you so lovely put it is coming back and checking in with yourself and and stating, remembering who I am. How does this resonate with me? Is this my truth? And I always keep what resonates. What, I go to the heart. The heart will, it doesn't lead astray. And if there's a story and it doesn't quite resonate with me, it's okay. I could still accept it for its story and then be like, okay, thank you, but no, thank you. You're not necessarily something I'm going to keep. So, it just continues in the flow. I think that is also part of how you remember who you are, is really being honest with yourself. How does this align with me? Does it align with me? And then keeping what does, maybe parts of it. Like, I know so many stories, whether from the Bible to history stories to like any of the Anunnaki stories or anything in any story, period. I've always just kind of kept what resonated and what works for me, because I have found that I've read one book and I'll keep what resonates and it will build, it kind of adds in addition to my own growth. And then like a year later or 10 years later, I'll read that same book and I get a completely different message, right? Because I have evolved. I'm not the same person as I was yesterday. And so then again, I'll read that same book and I will take only what resonates with me at that time. And then I embody that and I align with that and I continue my growth in that way as well. So I think.
I don't know. I get through a book once. I think I'm doing good. You read it 3 times?
For example.
Geez, I got a bunch of books though to read. I haven't even finished them. You read them 3 times.
I gave it like a 10-year period.
I'm impressed. That's one thing I need to put on my goals, is to get through. If anybody knows, my first auction I bid on, I got the Book of Enoch, I got the Keys of Enoch, I got like a bunch of books for $50 that were like classic hardcover, beautiful, and a bunch of others. So yeah, and I
So you
started to
haven't
read
gotten through
the
them?
Keys of Enoch. I did start to read the Keys of Enoch. It's a little, but see
What's
that
the
I
book
do
we
this. This
have?
is something.
What?
The Book
Oh
of
no,
Enoch.
what's the book that we took from her?
Colburn,
Oh,
the Colburn
the
Bible.
Bible?
Oh, okay. Like we took that book.
He's gonna have
maybe.
to borrow. He's gonna have to borrow this
No,
one
that's
next.
Colburn.
I'm telling
Cool.
you, you're gonna have to borrow this.
I
Because
will.
when
I'll read it
I
next
checked,
weekend.
it quotes the Bible
I have the
verses,
second
and when I
copy of
read this, I'm like, I grew up. I was a librarian in the Baptist church. I handled the library. I was in the choir. My parents didn't take me, but I went with the neighborhood. I did street preaching, and I did with the bullhorn.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I would see
And
a
what?
homeless man.
What
I would
horn?
just a bullhorn. I was one of those very, yeah, no, trust me, I did, yeah, no, and I felt the movement of Holy Spirit. I understand, and I believe that there's many aspects, because you are all coming together, and you are focused on love and serenity and surrender and all those things. There's going to be a flow of energy, and believe me,
And that's
this has been a
alignment.
long road. And this has been a long road for me. If you would have told me that, I would believe that when I read, when I read Genesis 3:22, and I never understood why would taking a piece of fruit from a tree, I thought, well, I was explained to me that God wanted to make sure that they were obedient. He could let them have everything else. So this is just one tree. He just wanted to make sure they understood that he's in charge and they're there to be obedient. And that was my understanding. Well, gosh, that's nice. They got everything else. Just don't eat that damn fruit. That's what I always thought. That
then you have someone like me, like I have to have just that fruit.
but it always bothered me is why was it called of knowledge of good and evil? Why was it a knowledge?
What the fruit
that
was?
Always. Yeah, the tree the forbidden fruit that they took was the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? But there was, and
I love all of this.
This is, and I verified this is not just in the book. I looked at all the different versions, and this is Genesis 3:22. And the Lord God said, look, the man has become as one of us, not me, us, knowing good from evil. And now, what if he puts forth his hand and takes from the tree of life and eats and lives forever? So when you come from the understanding that in the way the Sumerians described it, there was two brothers. There was Enki, who was a geneticist that created, and he loved his creation, and he wasn't always perfect, but he had compassion for Homo sapiens sapiens, right? He had compassion for them. And there was Enlil, who was the hard, heavy hand, just wanted to do labor, wanted to keep him in dominance and control, had no compassion. And Enki was represented by a serpent. And so when the serpent says, surely you won't die, just go ahead and eat the fruit, he was trying to awaken humanity. So everything's topsy-turvy. I keep my mind open, guys. I'm keeping my mind open, but right now this makes more sense to me than anything else ever did. And if you would have told me I was going to be saying this even 10 years ago, I would have never believed you. I would have thought that I had lost my friggin' mind, and you better institutionalize me, or you better say some kind of prayer over me and throw holy water on me. So I don't know what to say.
Well, what is everyone else's? Everyone else too. Comment.
Yeah.
How beautiful. So that's pretty beautiful. And I love the messages in the Bible. And it's and maybe I'm wrong, but the interpretation of a lot of the messages and stories come across similar as, like, not comparing the many as the words of gospel, but how they use symbolism, and how they almost talk in riddles and stuff like that. It's just kind of like you have to figure out your interpretation of your perception, right? And you take what resonates and you form it into your own story that works the best. So
but you know what it causes? And so I think the reason they do that, and I think the reason Jesus did that, because you remember.
For Pitcher, in Pitcher.
Yeah, okay. Because I always remember the prodigal son. I always remember the seeds that fall on unfertile ground and the seeds that fall on fertile ground. You create a picture in your mind. I'm trying to think of all the other ones, all the different stories, parables, I think they're called parables. Yeah, all the different stories. So I think that's, maybe I get the sense, you kind of get a sense that they want to create a picture for who they're looking for.
I think because it evolves. I mean, the Bible is very old, obviously, and it was translated from another language. So I think maybe as with not being so direct on the words, it allows for that expansion or to evolve with time, because how we understood one story hundreds of years ago, we now probably understand it completely different because of how evolution had, times are a little different.
Yeah, well, going back, so the cuneiform and the Sumerian predate the Bible. It's way before the Bible. So the flood story was before the Bible. That's in the Sumerian.
The flood story, like Noah?
The flood story, Epic of Gilgamesh. It predates the Bible, absolutely. So, and the Garden of Eden story predates the Bible. So it's really interesting. But the thing though is, so I was going to say something else, but I don't remember. But So interpretation as times change, absolutely. And using words, the words, depending on what words they translate with and who translates and all that.
It's all a perception.
I don't know. Huh? This makes a lot of sense to me because I never understood that. I always just accepted it. And I have.
Well, so did it take
I'll be struck by lightning right now. I don't know, but I also
did it take you a moment to even feel safe to explore outside of that thinking? I mean, was it a safety thing, you think, or was it just doing it and realizing,
well, it started with general conspiracy theories. General conspiracy theories is where I started when I was a hardcore conservative Republican before 9/11. When 9/11 happened, I thought for sure it was our, the terrorists and and so about a couple years after that, I started, as many people did after 9/11, started looking at things and started looking at things with different eyes. And so that's where it started. So the whole idea that the world, my thumb red.
It is.
What the hell?
Where is that from?
I don't know. I think, you know what? Okay, so anyway, but that once you start opening your mind to look at and just not think that everything presented, because I always thought the American press would never lie to us. I thought we have the freest press in the world. It's in the Constitution, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, we are the best. I always thought that. And my son and his friends had traveled for breakdancing to different areas of the world, and they kept telling me, no, and I'm like, no way. They said, I don't know, I would defend America. And I still do. It's a beautiful place to live. I love America, don't get me wrong. But I started to incrementally open up that it's not always, well, our press doesn't always tell us the truth. What? Project, was it Mockingbird? They all say the same thing. You change the channel, they're all saying the same thing. But incrementally, I started looking at other aspects of not just 9/11, but other things and aspects, like many of you have. This is nothing unique to me. Many people are awakening. So what they awakening in every aspect, that the next step of awakening is also what else have they told us. And I think many people have taken the same journey I have, going from A, B, C to realizing what else is there and coming to this conclusion that about the law of attraction, and then you go into all the other things. So yeah, this is, I know I'm not unique. What I was going to say is the Tower of Babel. I never understood why the languages were confused. Why would you want to confuse us to spread us across the earth? Who do you think did that? Enlil.
That brought many languages?
The Tower of Babel. Remember in the story in the Bible where they were building a tower? Look, they called it a tower, but many people think they were trying to build a rocket ship to model after the custodians, which would be, yes. So why would you want to confuse the languages and separate us? Why would you want to do that? For control, right? What do we have now? We have a platform. All of us have. Every light worker in this world has a platform of communication and connection that transcends what they did to us all those years ago. That's what we have now, and this is what's happening.
How beautiful.
We could all connect. We could all communicate. We could all help each other become aware of who we truly are.
Beautiful. I think the internet also is just allowing us to have the capability to express ourselves, express our truth in that manner, which is beautiful worldwide, But I am looking forward to the times, which I don't know how soon it would be. I know for me it's pretty near, if not yesterday, but to be able to communicate without the internet, just being able to tune in on an energetic, spiritual manner, telepathy or whatever it's called. That'll be fun too. But on that note,
that's interesting. Thank you for delving
Laura
into that.
said, yes, we are conditioned when we are young. That is so true. We are conditioned, but I, for me personally, it wasn't like my parents conditioned me in a way to restrict me. In fact, my family has always been very, expand on knowledge, expand on your beliefs.
You're
and always,
lucky.
You can do whatever.
That's rare.
But we also had religion too. Very beautiful. My family, my mom and my dad's side, both are very, very beautiful families. I'm very lucky. But there still is conditioned. It's like a collective conditioning. Of you wake up and you go to school or you go to work and you learn what you are supposed to do, not how. We're not teaching at school how to think for ourselves. We're teaching at school what to think. And I think that's where the conditioning really comes into play. And as we grow, we just go from the roots of that. So I definitely do think the conditioning on a collective level for sure that way.
So you know what Inky's symbol is? Serpent.
Is the Kundalini or the
serpent?
The snake. Okay.
The snake. Okay. What do you think Enlil's symbol is?
The eagle.
Yeah.
Right? Which is so crazy. I still love eagles.
Yeah, I know. Poor eagles. Yeah.
We have a couple out in the backyard that always fish in the river backyard. Yeah, it's so cool. You have to come and hang out. You have to come hang out one of these days. But yeah, super, super amazing. In other traditions, the snake represents the Kundalini, which is the life force through us, which is very beautiful too. So it's funny how all of the, how things line up and relate to one another.
To think that the serpent in the snake is evil because of the Garden of Eden. And I would never before get any kind of like snake story or snake because I was conditioned. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
So
How interesting.
Yeah,
It's
thank
fun
you.
times to be able to
Yeah.
expand in our just knowing. It doesn't mean, it's perfectly safe to read a different book to see what resonates. Just that curiosity of what resonates doesn't mean
Yeah.
that, it has to resonate. It doesn't mean that you're doomed
No,
if you look
absolutely.
outside your
Absolutely. I've always
learning
wanted to read
either.
the Quran and the Book of Mormon and just kind of just see. I've flipped through them to see what's in there.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I never say that I have the answers, all the answers. I try to keep an open
Mm-hmm.
mind in everything, in
Oh,
every,
definitely. I believe that
yeah.
all truths are the truth. So, whew, that's a big one to believe, right? But I do believe that. I've always believed that. Even when I was younger, I remember, listening to somebody and understanding, okay, that's their truth. And then listening to another person that's explaining the same exact story, but completely different, where it's probably an argument to those two people, but understanding, oh, well, that's true as well.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, for me, it's going to be completely different as well.
That's why I hang out with her. Oh, wait, which way am I going? Either way, I can't point to you. Oh, there we go. That's why I hang out with her. She has all these, just like, she's like, yeah, you're right. That's
Well,
true.
does it resonate?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And if it doesn't,
I
it's
think I
okay.
will adopt that truth for now.
Well, and if it doesn't align, that's perfectly fine too.
Sure.
I mean, your own truth can be very strict and very limited, or maybe not limited, but in one direction, like one solid direction, very focused, very proven to you, very whatever. And that is beautiful. That's beautiful. And that is a truth. It is a truth for sure. And it's acceptable.
Huh?
At least by me. Trinity approved.
Yeah. You're accepting, yeah, you are amazingly non-judgmental, safe, just no matter what, you're just like full of love, and it's so beautiful, so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
I could
so
come
much.
to Trinity with anything and just say, I thought this or did this, or I know, just no matter what, I don't know, I could probably say I did something really horrible, and she'd be like, it's okay.
Okay, what are we going to do? How do you
I
want
don't
to
know.
do this?
Yeah, that, that's not going to happen, but
Well, and that's a beautiful thing we're going to learn in our premium group in Mighty Networks. When you guys go and join and be a part of our free membership, we also have this paid membership, and we go in and we have a theme every single month. And for September, it is going to be perception. And what is perception? Right, and how it will evolve into really understanding your perception and where it comes from. And of course, we have like weekly get togethers where we do subconscious reprogramming on that. We'll do channeling sessions. We'll do all kinds of great fun things there. But the perception is definitely coming up. And I absolutely love that topic. Like, to each their own on their own perspective. Perceptions are such an important. Hello, Crystal. Amazing. Thank you. It's such an
it changes
important.
everything. It
It
changes.
is.
It changes. It's such a deep topic that is
It creates
part of,
your direction, your
yeah,
own
and I think
perception.
that's why, yeah, one of the reasons why Remember Who You Are has been who you truly are, or who you are, is been
Mm-hmm.
on my mind. It's just been talking about perception,
Mm-hmm.
and
And it,
yeah,
it involves like, um, several different aspects. It involves in your emotional body, right? Like how you feel about something may be a caused or influenced by an experience of how you feel about something. It also is perception of what mood you're in that particular moment. Because I mean, really, if you think about it, you can be planning something because you're in this great mood and you're like all about doing something, and then that day will come and you're like down on yourself and you're like, I'm not going to this event, screw this. Your perception shifted. It shifts within that moment, as well as it is very deeply rooted too, and really understanding, like going through the filters of, through the layers of yourself to understand how to recalibrate yourself to align with a very healthy and balanced alignment, so your perception can be clear, so your perception can be calm, so it can work for you, so it can help you evolve, so it'll help you expand. It's very important. Very, very important. I think it's important. I think everything's important. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I am so excited for our website, you guys.
Just so you know, guys, I don't remember what was said. I remember bits and pieces in the channel, so I'll have to watch it back. But
yeah, you need to. It was a good one. Good message.
I'm gonna get a little loopy after. I don't feel too loopy, maybe because I didn't do like a whole hour's worth. But when we are
stay tuned on our pages and on our site. We are going to be setting everything up on our website to where we will be really active on our website, very, very active, very regularly. I would say daily, but daily is like an understatement. And we'll also be here to invite you guys over and to keep you up to date on what we're doing over there. But we really, truly invite you over to starsofunity.com. It's a free membership. There are paid courses and programs and groups within the website, but we have this beautiful, it's through Mighty Networks, if you don't know of that, but in this Mighty Networks, we have our site, and we could have a feed where we could all interact and post things and get to know one another. We have events going on, articles and links and sound healings and so much healings. Like, we love the healing part, the whole spiritual aspect of all of the different modalities that not only that her and I have, but you guys are more than welcome to show your gifts, share your gifts, whether you have already have them evolved or you're evolving within them, share. It's a beautiful temple that we have provided, and with everyone's help and everyone's participation and connection, it'll just build bigger and bigger, and it'll blossom into such a beautiful space that I am so excited. It's already so much fun. I love being in there.
Yeah, and you don't have to. It's free to join, and then there's the option. And we are, doing some giveaways and stuff, and we're excited. And looking forward. Stars of Unity, just so you guys know, it has the meaning of it is for all the light workers and the stars of this world, who you all are, to be united. So this is a sacred place for all light workers and people who want to even understand what that means, or people who want to understand who they truly are at core, at essence, a place for them to come and learn and grow and understand that. Because we're all stars shining our light in a world that has become quite dark, but is getting lighter by the day. So we want a place for all of us to shine our light collectively.
Bring in all the diversity and from everyone all over the world too. We aren't just, we don't just reside with the people locally. This is all over the world. And it's to bring your authentic self. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you think that you are a light worker or you have no clue what that is, or if you are strictly science-based. I love science. Science and spirit just this year or last year finally intertwined together and is now one. But before I had them separate. So, I had all the science facts and these theories, and then I had the spirit side and whatever. But it's really for any and all to come and just show us who you are. That's it. And to grow and to accept others too. That's one huge thing. We are big on making sure that you don't have to agree with another person, but you do have to accept them for where they are at. And that's it. That's all. All you have to do is hold space for accepting. You don't have to communicate further that way. Or you could share your medicine by sharing your experience, sharing your aha moments, or you're being vulnerable too. Share that. That's definitely juicy medicine for everyone to learn from. And the gift that brings is phenomenal. So very excited, looking forward.
Subconscious, channeling, rituals, learning. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, anything. If you want to bring a topic to the surface to focus on, I love digging in to any and all topics. So, and if I don't know anything about it, I will.
You can win the obsidian device.
That is pretty cool, actually. I do love it. That is pretty cool. I love the bracelet. And I love that you can put essential oils in it.
Yeah, you can put essential oils in it. So that was
beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. So and that's for anybody who joins. We are there's the bracelet. It's natural stone, and I think you put essential oils in a little square. Yeah. So I know we're a little long, but
join in, and you will be notified when we are doing a giveaway. Stars is spelled with 2 R's, so STARRS of Unity, UNITY.com, and create your profile, get logged in, and let's start connecting. Let's do it right now. We'll see you there.
Thank you to all you guys. Thank you all who watch it to the replay. Let's put replay. Feel free to share. And also just click over to join, and want to thank the many Source Light, all the light workers out there doing what you do. Keep doing it. Thank you. Thank you for all recognizing who you are.
Crystal.
Yep. And shedding your light. We see you, we feel you, we love you. And thank you to our spouses, Randy and Raul, who are behind the scenes supporting us. Thank you to all. Love you guys.
Bye for now. See you soon. Stay tuned.
Bye.